Charlie Kirk destroys this liberal student in a debate over criminal justice, and I think this is important because this is more than just debating a liberal kid on a college campus. This is the very philosophy that is in charge in many of America's major cities, and that's why you see many of the insane policies that seem to favor the criminals more than the ordinary citizens. So we'll react to it today, folks. If you enjoy our content, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. But that said, let's get into today's reaction clip.
You talked earlier about dignity of all humans, and right there it sounds like once you've committed a crime, your dignity is gone.
This is a great question. So when should dignity be removed?
I would argue never.
So, okay, let me ask you a question. So Ted Kaczynski, Eric Rudolph, and Timothy McVeigh, three people that randomly bombed American society, the Unabomber, the Centennial Park bomber, and the guy that bombed the Oklahoma City bomber, you should never take their dignity away?
Yeah, humans, as you said earlier, that like once we start defining why you should take dignity away, dignity we start.
Well, how about like murdering people?
Okay, there's a difference between allowing people to live in society and taking away their dignity.
Right, so like Ted Kaczynski, Unabomber, should he not be in jail?
I'm not saying he shouldn't be in jail. No. I'm saying that the rhetoric we use towards people shows whether we give them dignity and see dignity.
Right, like Ted Kaczynski was given dignity when he was a professor until he started mailing packages around the country and started killing random children. Then it's like, okay, you're going to jail for the rest of your life. That's a good use of power.
So Charlie, when should people stop giving you dignity if you're going to have lines?
Because I'm not the Unabomber.
No, but seriously, like I said, this is much bigger than just a random debate on a college campus. This is how DAs in our major cities think. Okay, you wonder why George Gascon in Los Angeles, for instance, seems like he keeps letting out the criminals because what about their feelings? What about their rights? And then what do? They're released, they go terrorize ordinary citizens again, and it's like, what about the rights of the citizens to not be attacked on the streets? So that's why, again, this is arguably very important of a debate to be had.
Right?
Yeah, fair point. And do you understand where I'm saying of like,
no.
If we, okay, cool. If we claim that dignity is inalienable human right or given by God.
Rights could be taken away.
Okay, if dignity is given by God, can it be taken away by man?
Say that again, I didn't hear what you said.
If dignity is given by God, can it be taken away by man?
It can be taken away by the state if you make a decision to infringe on the life, liberty, or property of another. Therefore, an emphasis on what? Human action. So, for example, when someone goes and shoots up a school or a church like Dylan Roof, he all of a sudden has violated the social contract and social compact of life, liberty, and property of another. Therefore, we absolutely have a moral right and prerogative. In fact, we have a moral obligation to say that he should not be able to live in free society alongside of us.
Right.
Absolutely agree. Okay. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that we should still treat these humans with dignity, even when they are not allowed to be a part of society.
I mean,
we should treat school shooters and church shooters and terrorists with dignity? What kind of opinion even is that? Obviously, to some degree, they still have a right to things like a fair trial under the justice system and equal protection under the law, etc., etc. But that's all we're talking about. We're talking about dignity, as in what? Being nice to these people? Why do we have to be nice to these people? They literally are. We're talking about murderers? We're talking about the Unabomber? What?
Again, you're not going to convince me that Dylan Roof or the Unabomber are in some sort of vast need after they decided to take the life of innocent people. Is that the argument? They made a decision to take the life of another. At that point, the social contract has been violated, and we should, in fact, we have to use state power to take them out of the free and decent society.
I'm still not disagreeing with that. So, what I'm disagreeing with is how we use rhetoric in our thought patterns to view other humans, and we start to objectify them.
This is a good question.
Like
okay.
Going to,
I understand where you're getting, but let me ask you a question.
Oh, can I just finish real quick?
Yeah, fine.
Just like Nietzsche, not that I agree with everything.
Nietzsche?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm really bad with German.
It's okay. So which book are you quoting that you learned in your intro to philosophy?
It's just the famous quote.
Yeah, Beyond Good and Evil, you know, which one is it?
Beware when fighting monsters, for you yourself become a monster. When you gaze into the abyss gaze back. And I hear a lot of rhetoric of tribalism. I hear a lot of undignifying of humans and objectifying of humans because of the wrongs that they've committed, which is, yeah, like I agree, they committed wrongs. And like, how do we get beyond this tribalism, get beyond this undignifying of humans from what they do?
We're talking about school shooters, okay? And yes, again, no one is saying that they don't have the right to a fair trial. Like, that part is true. Yes, no matter what crime, you should still apply the proper justice system, innocent till proven guilty, all that stuff. They have the right to a lawyer, whatever. But we shouldn't dehumanize them, guys. We shouldn't, like, objectify them. It wasn't dehumanizing when they brought up a school. What are we even talking about here?
About this. Stop committing crimes and start improving your own character and your conduct. And then all of a sudden, I think society will start to figure it out. I guess my question is this, which is, you're worried about thought patterns and speech patterns. We right now in our country have thousands of people that have committed first-degree murder.
Yep.
They decided to take the dignity and the life of another human being. Excuse me while I don't dedicate parts of my speech for people that decided to kill people in cold blood.
Exactly.
Right? Let me put it more bluntly. People lose any sort of compassion from the state or society, or any sort of what you would consider to be the same freedom you enjoy when you start to take the life of another. Let me ask you just one final question about this, which is, you say we shouldn't dehumanize people. What happens when people stop to be human? Like Adolf Hitler. You think we should give him dignity?
I think we shouldn't stoop to the level we're trying to stop.
Okay. Well, let me finish one thing. I just want to highlight how incredibly dumb that statement was, because let me be very clear. The rule of law and the enforcement of it is a sword that needs to be used blindly, prudently, and with wisdom. But make no mistake, to say that, well, for example, we don't like people that take the life of another, therefore we should not take life of somebody else. It violates the American idea of justice, which is that you take the life and liberty of another, you're going to pay a price for that. And I encourage you to expand. We're going to get to the next question. Expand beyond Nietzsche, German guy that was right about some things and wrong about a lot, and maybe just read a little bit of Aristotle and Aquinas and Augustine, maybe a little Plato, then maybe you'll expand it a little bit. Thank you for your question. Thanks for being here tonight.
So there you have it, folks. I don't know what this hippie was really trying to get at, frankly, but on a bigger picture, this is completely true that I think too much in our society, we talk about compassion for the criminals. Literally, when we talk about criminal justice reform and how the justice system, we need progressive DAs and all this stuff. There's so much compassion for the people who are the criminals. Oh, maybe they should be let out early. Maybe we should get rid of cash bail because it impacts the poor criminals more than the rich criminals or something. But nowhere caught in that entire dialogue is any talk of how about compassion for the ordinary law-abiding citizens who are terrorized by criminals on a regular basis. And, frankly, where's their dignity? Where's their respect, right? And on a bigger picture level, I think the problem is we always put the feelings of the people whose feelings we shouldn't care about over the literal safety and the rights of ordinary citizens. And, it's true and it's kind of reflected here. That said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. But until next time, I've been Vince with Resist the Mainstream. Have a great day and peace.